I madly apologise for the fact that most of the videos over the past few weeks that have come out have been about my band, but we're going to do another one! So you might remember over a year ago now, I made a little mini-series that was to do with AntiStuff, where I was recording an EP and I was going to make it into an EP, and then obviously recently I've told you that that's not happening anymore because I made that little solo project into a full band, and like pretty much every single song that was written for AntiStuff has been dropped. Today is going to be a video where we're going to just look at the old stuff that I did originally for AntiStuff, kind of do a commentary on it. Joe hasn't heard many of the things that came from that, and the bits that he has heard were years ago, well, a year ago. There's some stuff that I don't remember from it, so I'm going to show you exactly what I was actually working on and give our opinions of it. And then I found some live recordings that when Joe joined my band for a very short period of time, for maybe like a month or so.
It was like 3 months. I
Okay.
came for like 7 practices.
In that time, obviously, when we'd written some songs and stuff, we decided to record it. We recorded it on a camera, but I had the lens cap on. It was just for audio. So we're gonna listen to those too, and we're gonna do just a bit of a commentary. So this is gonna be more of a laid-back video. I apologise that it's a Saturday and we don't normally do laid-back videos on Saturdays anymore, but that's what we're doing this week. I hope that you take something from it. Let's go. Just before we listen to this, I remember this riff, and I think this riff is all right, from what I remember.
We will see.
We will see.
I can tell that this is fresh out of pop punk for you.
Yeah, 'cause this was probably the first song that I wrote for a band that wasn't pop punk.
Christ, yeah, I remember this. I was gonna come in with something then.
Well, ideally there would obviously be vocals on top of this. None of these have got vocals on. There is one little vocal thing that we'll get to later. But
And this is just like pop punk if it was written by Scott Pilgrim, in my opinion.
I think that was kind of the vibes that I was going for, that kind of Scott Pilgrim sound, which I've got a lot better at now, because there's something I'm working on now which has got that Scott Pilgrim style sound, and it sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm not on the bass there.
And the bridge for this is the riff that I've reused more than any other riff. It started as a bridge. It's actually a riff that we will get to later, because when Joe joined the band, that riff had already become another song. So I believe this is supposed to be like a pre-chorus, I think that is. Blatantly just a crap phaser on it. It just sounds a bit naff. The bass there's...
Yeah, this is very pop punk still.
It's a bit bland in my opinion. Back to chorus. It's worth probably mentioning, this will be completely... You're listening to every single bit of this song, so none of this will be cut. It's a bit shit, innit? I was going to say something else, but...
Yeah.
That's all I've got. Oh, this is the riff coming up. It's just D's. D. D.
Yeah.
D. So I've used this riff a lot.
I think with this song, your problem is you didn't know which direction you wanted.
That's true.
Like, there's parts of it that are like relatively pop punk with like your twinkle riffs,
And not,
and then you've
not
got
the
your
drum
big
bit.
horrible bass, which is like Scott Pilgrim grunge kind of thing.
Yeah. I think with these beginning songs, a lot of it, I think it's blatantly obvious that it doesn't have much of a direction towards anything, which obviously it's grown into like the band like Dogmatic now, which does have direction, but it's taken a long time.
Whether this is a bit shit, this video, in my opinion.
That's the end of the song. So what's your thoughts?
My thought is that you didn't know which direction you wanted to go and you were just experimenting, and if that is the case, then fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I've got these. I don't particularly like them and wouldn't release them, but these were the reason why I have the band that I have. So I mean, I'm happy.
I think the thing that threw me off about it as well was the fact that some parts of it were just in major and other parts of it were in the same minor of the same key.
I thing as well, that intro riff was in the relative minor, but that's like the only thing.
Right.
I believe this goes brrrr, and it's got a like where you, if you put a whammy bar down, strum, and then
Yeah.
Feels a little bit more easy core, hardcore kind of thing. That shit.
Yeah.
That Then it comes back in with the riff.
One thing I do like is, the third one, how you went to the minor, like you went to the minor 3. That's not bad.
When I started writing these, I didn't originally have any kind of verse chorus in mind. I was trying to go for more of a binary kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which meant that I think the songs seem to lack direction. Like this is like where a chorus normally would be, but this doesn't sound like a chorus. It sounds like a verse. So what's the 4 sections that's already happened? This bit here, it feels pre-chorusy, but this isn't the place for it if it was ever going to be in a song. Then in with what sounds like a verse.
This is a weird song.
Yeah.
Experimental though, which is definitely what you were.
Oh, thanks.
What you were trying.
Yeah.
Hence,
What the fuck's happened here?
no.
Oh, was this the... Oh, this might be the song where I went for a massive build-up at the end. That might be this song. There's a lot of noise. I remember this. This is like a gradual build-up thing that... God, that shit.
Epic solo by Lenny.
Well, no, I don't think it's epic solo. I was going for more... That would ideally would have like a shit ton of reverb on it and feel really spacey. And I suppose this is almost like kind of drengy that I was going for.
Yeah.
Is that it? Nope. In with the riff again!
That wasn't much of a build-up.
I
mean, they built up,
it
but-
might not be that. I don't remember. It's probably been at least a year since I've listened to these, so... There's still some time.
Please have a sample at the end.
Something like that, or like... Ugly bitches! Oh, I had that as a sample in something once. Yeah, that definitely seems like I just...
I mean, I think if it had lyrics and a discernible structure, it'd be alright.
Yeah.
I don't like all the breaks that you had where you were... I think you were relying on the power of the guitars a bit too much, and...
I think that was a problem that I had a lot, where I didn't... I'd say I'd write a riff and I'd be happy with it. And then I'd have a song written within an hour, which meant that I wasn't really developing other ideas. I'd revolve everything kind of around a riff, and then what I felt it should do next, whatever I played first, I'd have. And then whatever I play first after that, I'd have, and then go back to that original idea. And it just... That's kind of a recurring thing across all these, that I have one thing in it that's like, oh, that's kind of cool, and everything else just feels like filler. Okay, next one. Wah Wah. Don't know why this is called Wah Wah. I don't remember anything about this whatsoever.
Is it very Jimi Hendrix, this one?
I don't know. I imagine it's got a wah wah in it somewhere. Ah, is this when I originally wrote vocal lines and just kind of put a rough piano thing.
This sounds
with kind
like
of what I wanted.
a villain theme from like an 8-bit game.
Fucking hell! Did I actually just? Yeah, I genuinely think this is gonna have a piano over the entire thing with the vocal line that I wrote for it.
I can't like the riff though.
It's alright now. I mean, it's not amazing, but
I think it changed a bit.
I think it's a sub riff, like to have at the end of a verse, kind of like I guess what that was supposed to be. That's alright.
Again?
Yeah, that's overused. Don't like that. Don't like that.
I don't know what's happening here, Lenny.
It's got a bit pop punk. Very pop punk. I mean, that sounded alright, but yeah, I don't think it should revolve around that riff. That should be like an extra thing that comes in every now and again. I mean, it's worth saying that I'm probably never going to use these things ever again. This is more just for, I don't know, let's look at some old demos.
I think I might steal that riff.
You can fuck off. That's where that is! That's in song 1 when you joined the band. So the two riffs, both bridges from the song that we heard first and this song, were combined to make a song on its own. Oh no, it's not, it's A sharp G, D. It was the bridge too. I mean, we'll hear it later, but I don't know why I called this song Wah Wah. Is that how it ends?
That, I think, is the strongest one we've heard so far. However, the riff is very, very repetitive.
Yeah,
and it definitely had a pop punk influence, but I think that was alright.
I think everything at this point had a pop punk influence because that's the only background I had. Okay, this AntiStuff preview, I believe, is just a vocal track that was gonna go into a breakdown thing.
I hope you wrote this without any like backing behind it, and you just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna sing something, see how it comes out.
No, because I think it's only like 4 seconds long.
No.
And it was supposed to lead up into some big riff, but I don't believe the big riff is on here. We'll see.
I myself am going break no bend.
I know it is.
Edgy.
So it's not a riff again.
It was very edgy, that.
So that riff shows up again. This track, I'm not going to say is the strongest. I think it probably is the strongest out of everything. But if you haven't checked out my band's new single yet, this is where that riff originally was placed. I think the song that it's in now is far better, but this is what I originally wrote that riff for. Don't like that guitar time.
Rage Against the Machine.
This verse is shit. Just prepare yourself. Do you see where I got the title from?
Nice little Arabian scale violin.
See, that was me experimenting with shit. Verse. Sorry, this is chorus. That I later then play heavy.
That sounds like fucking Plan B, this bit. Except that, no.
This sounds familiar.
It's a bit of a shit riff, isn't it?
That was where it was gonna like massively explode and shit. It's a lot clearer in this version. The tone is a lot more clear. Don't know what I'm doing here. Didn't need that. Really didn't need that. Okay, while this verse is playing, it's exactly the same as the last verse. I think this is a testament to writing music with other people is a very good thing. Because when you're writing music on your own, you can very quickly get pulled into the idea of, oh, this sounds good, this sounds good, this sounds good, and then all of a sudden you've got a song and it's not actually that good. So this is then that chorus, which goes big. This was originally those strummed chords.
I think I learnt this song.
Oh really?
Yeah. This exact version. The crash cymbal sounds like a waterfall.
Yeah. Then this goes to a bridge. There's a very big clash of genres across like all of this, where each section seems to be a part of a different genre.
This is like chuffing.
It's like
Power
hardcore
metal.
kind of stuff.
This is like hair metal, and then you've got like the grunge stuff, and then you've got like chuffing Plan B's soul album. This is a prime example of when you mix genres and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That was a nice transition to the riff again though.
I don't like what the drums do there, where I just kind of have it stop and then come in. There. I'm just not a fan.
Even though that's what you have now.
Not to the point where it doesn't play a cymbal there and it just goes stop in. That never happens when the riff is loud. So, the thing that we took from that song was the very first... No, about the second or third band practice, which was around the time when you came. I think you might have come the one after or whatever. I just played that riff and the band was just like, we should make that into a song. So yeah, that riff was stolen and, in my opinion, made better.
Yeah, I think like you say, this is what happens when you write songs on your own, I think, because you don't really take other people's influences into account and you just kind of go off on your own, even if the direction that you go in is a little bit skew with, you just kind of go in it.
Yeah, and that can be a problem. It's good to be around people that say, I don't like that, or I don't think that works. That can sometimes be the best thing. Like the amount of times in the band now where we go, okay, what's our favourite song? And we'll go through all the songs and then we'll go, okay, is there any song that one of us really hates? We'll go, well, I really don't like that song because of these reasons. And then we'll go, okay, let's get rid of that song. So then you end up with these, this amount of songs that are everyone is happy with, and they are, in theory, the best songs. You can't get that by just writing on your own. You will just have an amount of songs that you kind of have favourites and not favourites, but you will have that. With every single one of those songs, you will have led yourself on down this path. Then again, there are some songs that you can write on your own that sound really good. Probably the best song with our first band was written by you on your own. Like Wind in the Wings. That was good. So this isn't us saying don't write songs on your own because they'll be shit. That's not true. It's just there are a lot of cases of people doing that and them being shit. And maybe these original demos from me fit into that category.
What is this?
What?
Build-up test.
I don't know. Is it the... dissonance. I think that only works because it's panned one in each ear.
I barely think it works. to be honest.
Robert, he doesn't sound repulsive, like you're not like, oh my god. It just sounds dissonant. I like that tone. I don't like what it's playing, but I like that tone. It sounds like far too much going off. And the hard panning on everything though. There's a reason why this is called the build-up test. I imagine the test was, let's test see if this is shit.
You're doing like some form of major third thing there, and I don't think it works with all the other minor stuff going on.
I don't think any of this works. Sounds like fucking real friends. Oh, these are some of that bony knees and like fucking. Semitones!
Ah!
Semitones! Oh, that is shit! That's fucking wank.
This is like a rejected early Green Day demo.
No, the Green Day early stuff was a lot better than that.
Yeah, that's why it was rejected.
Right, okay. This, as of now, we had started as a band. There was 3 of us that started. Ellis, the drummer, who's currently with us, and we started with the bassist who actually introduced me to Ellis, who ended up leaving to go do another band. After a few practices, I don't know, for whatever reason, talking to Joe about it. And I'm like, I should come along and play sometime. So he was like, oh, okay, I'll come along and play guitar. So when we started getting some songs, we got 5 songs together. We were like, right, let's record them so that we can obviously have a version of them to all listen to and then critically judge them without having to play them, which we've always recommended doing. It's a good thing to do. So that is these. So they don't have names, it's just song 1, song 2, song 3, song 4, song 5. Song 3 ended up being Dogmatic, which is the debut single that we launched with. Song 5 is the only other song that still exists from all of these. So the first 2.
What was song 4?
Song 4 was...
that was the one that we just improvised, wasn't it?
Yeah, we improvised the entire thing and then just went, let's make that into a song. Okay, so song 1 is the returning of the riff that I've reused
The
a lot.
D riff. God, these are like thingy recordings, aren't
The what?
they? Like live recordings.
Oh yeah, this is all live, by the way. None of this is thing. This is just this camera with this mic set up in a room. Dylan, who's playing bass on this, I really like how he plays bass. The way I don't know what he does. He's on a 3/4 bass, and he strums it kind of like a guitar, and he strums all strings at once, and I just dig how he does it. I don't know. Oh, it's got some vocals.
It's like Beastie Boys.
That was Ellis had a sample pad that he just got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you always put fucking thirds on everything. Because I was experimenting with it, like vocals for something that in a style that I'd never done before. I was trying to be a bit gruffer. The audio recording cut out. It's okay. There was a flash of black. That was because it doesn't matter. We're back.
You're not missing anything.
Still be listening to that. It'll be black for a little bit, and then we'll come back in. And
Exactly, it's not missing anything. That's my point.
That riff. Joe, you just don't do that shit. another sample.
Oh, sweet.
I mean, that's alright. You can see the clear thing of, oh, it's getting better now. Because we're playing with, with the band and the songs are starting to think. That was the first thing that we wrote. Well, you didn't have any influence into that song whatsoever.
It was me though.
Right,
Like,
okay.
I think that song was probably shit until I came along.
No, you just added
Yeah.
to everything.
Well,
That was your pop punk influence into that.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I loved Thirds. But you know what, Lennon? I think I recalled you saying that as soon as I left the band, you dropped that song.
No, we dropped that song way after.
You sure?
Yeah, John learnt that song, then we played it for months, and then dropped it.
Because, what was the reason again?
Because it was too simple just on one guitar. Which is true. We didn't drop it because you left. We dropped it because it was too simple on one guitar.
Alright. Alright, let's play song 2.
Okay, so song 2. I really like this riff.
Yeah, good riff.
That's you. That was you. That's always you. I think there's a lot of thing at the beginning of this. Because obviously there's me setting the camera up and then, this is it.
Yeah, I don't like them breaks.
This was at the time when you were playing chords behind that riff?
Yeah.
We eventually decided that was a bad idea and got rid of it. Very odd vocal style I chose for this. And I still kind of like it-ish.
I have no idea what you're trying to do here.
I'm just gruff and shit. Because again, this is both of these two songs were written on the first day of practice with the band. They evolved a little bit after this, but everything was new, everything was experimental. We hadn't found what we wanted to do, we hadn't found the style, so we just kind of winged it. So everything I tried vocally, I tried to do very differently to anything I'd done before. I guess kind of like what we did with when we released She the other week, except obviously that was pulled off better, I think.
Losing timing a bit.
I think this as well, I think the riff is mildly overused.
Mildly.
Sometimes when we did this we were really tired. Oh, we eventually made this clean. This chorus section eventually became clean. I don't know whether that was when you were in the band or not. And then when it became clean, we were really unhappy with it, so we ended up putting it on the back burner and then dropped the song entirely. I like this a little bit before the verse. And then it just kind of loses it. That should have built up to like a big verse there. I think that'd have sounded really cool. That vocal thing originally just came from me just making noises, trying to get something that sounded kind of cool, and it was like, that I just did that and was like, right, I want to keep that. So I wrote lyrics around just that noise. Bit sloppy.
Another solo section.
Nah, that was the pre-chorus. That was what we were doing as the pre-chorus. find like pretty much every single song that we've got now as a band, I mean most of which you haven't heard yet, they've got so much more energy. A lot of this is a lot slower and a lot, again because we were experimenting and stuff, but yeah, most of the stuff now has so much more energy. That being said, this next song, which is song 3, which is Dogmatic, which is the song that we released, you'll notice that it doesn't have a second verse. We went straight to a bridge, and we ended up abandoning that idea quite early on, I think. I mean, you weren't in the band. You just left when we made that decision to get rid of the extended bridge and actually turn it into a another verse. But I think we play it a little bit quicker here. Also, Dylan, who was in the band playing bass, had a really sexy like little bass riff that we opened and closed the song with. That is obviously no longer the case, but that's really cool. So here we go. Here is the debut song in its original form, even though the riff was used way before that. I think live this would still sound really cool. Like, you know, a bit of reverb in front of a stadium full of people. That feeling would be kind of cool. Like lights out. That'd be cool. And then like strobes and shit. Because you play the riff here. This is you playing, not me. That's a lot quicker than what we're currently playing. It sounds a lot messier as well. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Messier how?
Sloppier. We're not.
Oh yeah.
No vocals were written for it at this point. Also, the really cool stop, isn't there? You know, the not there. Yeah, you're doing some harmony shit here.
I don't like that.
There's not as much of an impact as well. It already sounds big-ish, so when we all come in it's not as big. I like how really quiet we get it now. Like, because I'm using two amps, I go down to just like one amp, so really quiet for that riff, and I think it sounds so much better when everything comes in. Bridge. I do like this, what you do here. That harmony.
Ah, yeah.
It's worth noting that this breakdown, this riff that's going to come in, gets played completely differently to how we currently play it. I didn't realise it had evolved as much as it has. Mainly the drums.
It's half time now.
It doesn't sound half as heavy as it does currently. There's that stop there as well, which we don't do anymore. That's quite tight. That was out of tune. Still got his bit at the end as well. Well, that's not half as impactful.
No. I think something didn't happen for them now. I think someone messed up at the end. You can tell he kind of wanted to do shoegaze.
prefer where the song's gone now. The little changes and stuff have improved it. That was a good start. Song 4, this is one that we dropped very fucking quickly.
I think I just riffed throughout this entire song.
Yeah, this basically just came about from
Dylan had a riff,
bass
didn't he?
riff, which I believe starts the song, and then we just literally improvised the entire thing. This is that. I don't remember much of this at all. There was definitely no vocals written for it whatsoever. Okay, it starts on drums. Them toms sound shit. Not feeling that.
This sounds like if the shit Foo Fighters stuff and the shit Arctic Monkeys stuff crossed over.
This is blatantly just a jam of basic ideas.
I'm relying on 7 and 8 way too much here. I enjoyed playing this. I think you didn't because you weren't ever doing anything complex.
No, I was just doing like E.
GA.
Yeah. And even now, I'm bored. It's the same thing. No chord changes, nothing. It's just the same little thing. This fucking riff! Oh, this riff lived on a little longer. So this riff made it into a song that was really fucking like heavy at the end. And we recently just dropped that song. Very recently.
Any reason?
Yeah, well, it's not as good as everything else. Because there was like the chorus part of it that me and John weren't happy with. And there was the riff part which Alice wasn't happy with. So like, right, let's just fucking get rid of the song. So we did. Sample. I think that riff in the middle was just completely misplaced. Which is probably why we moved it to a different song. And song 5, which is almost entirely not changed.
This is the one that Dylan wrote, wasn't it?
Dylan wrote the riff for you.
And the riff was basically just a song, I think.
Yeah. I think this is the one song that is closest, in its current form, it's very close to how it is here. It's the grungiest song. Not grunges in the sound, but
I wrote the chorus for this.
you did the da-na-na-na, which John played on bass now. The verses have a completely different vibe. No. It's very
Mind
kind of
read.
palm muted riff. I actually really kind of like this song. Even though I think it's one of our weaker tracks. Now there's a there. Oh, that was out. playing the riff instead of your partner doing the riff, playing the first verse.
Isn't this the bridge section, or are we not there?
No, this is the second verse. It always feels like there should be a bridge there, and it's not, because there's only been one verse.
I think it's because it's technically 3 choruses.
Just the initial bridge section, which obviously it feels different now because it's vocal,
Yeah.
but yeah, with it instrumentally. This is now a bridge, even though you're playing what you played in the first verse.
Yeah.
Ah! We got to a little breakdown bit for the first 2 lines of the chorus there. And then we kick in on that. That's like having a big exchange. It makes sense. That's everything from the beginning of what is now my band. Most of it's been gotten rid of. Most of it we've decided that's a bit shit, let's get rid of it. Which I think is a good thing for all bands to do, to look over stuff that you've written and go, is that the best that we can do? If the answer's no, get rid.
Yeah, songs are very different when you play them than when when you listen to them back.
Especially like when we originally played those, we probably thought, yeah, they're all fucking cool. They're really good. No, listening back to them, especially having such a big amount of time between writing them and now listening to them. No, we can do better, and we are doing better. Which I'm kind of glad that it took me so long to launch the band, because obviously AntiStuff, those original videos that I made for AntiStuff were made months after I had even written the original stuff. So it's been like maybe over 1.5 years since I originally wrote the stuff, and I'm glad it's taken me 1.5 years to finally get to the point of debuting, because I'm really happy with where we are now. And I wouldn't have got to that stage without this shit process. Is there anything you've taken away from this little experience?
Yeah, the fact that you're shit. No, the fact that listening back to things, as you said, is really very important, and getting other people to critique it as well, because maybe you wouldn't see some of the problems that I see.
I hope you took something away from this, even if it's just, that's what Lenny's stuff sounded like when he was recording AntiStuff. Yeah, that's what I was working on. If you rewatch those videos, I was quite pumped about the songs. There was some stuff that I was really excited about, and maybe rightly so. It was probably, it was a new thing that I was writing. I was happy about it. It was better than other stuff that I'd wrote in the past, but I've evolved since then, and I'm glad that I didn't publicly release those.
You've grown gills.
Until now, where I'm saying they're not as good as I can do, which is true. So this video is probably.
We haven't done our playlist in 2 months.
Yeah.
Have we?
No, we haven't.
Do you want to finish what you were saying and then we'll do that?
I don't know what I was saying, but you make a good point.
I do make a good point. Do you want to?
So, for all the people that don't know, every month we add a song each to a playlist. That playlist is then at the end of the year 24 songs long, and it's a playlist of stuff that we like, and hopefully you will then be able to judge our musical taste on that playlist. It's a song that we like from that month. It doesn't have to be released within the month, except it's 2 months.
Yes.
Because
and it is now not even the month that.
yeah, so we need to pick our favourite song from October and our favourite song from November.
Yes, we do.
And we won't do one for December, but we will kind of do it when we do the good stuff. We will do the good stuff as a live stream, and we will get you a date and time for when that's happening, hopefully by next week, because we want to give you a bit more time than we gave you for the last live stream. Now that we actually know what we're doing, it'd be kind of cool to arrange it properly this time.
Okay, so what are your 2 songs?
Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to pick. I know what I'm going to pick for November, because it's what I've been listening to a lot recently. I mean, if you've got your song for
I
October.
have my songs. My song for October, I would like it to be In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning by Frank Sinatra, please.
Cool.
if you wouldn't mind. And I would like my song for November to be Atmosphere by Joy Division.
Cool. I'm going to pick Numbers by Daughter. That's for November. As for October, I mean, there is a song that I probably should pick for October, but it's a song that we released through the record label, which wasn't out in October. So I'm not going to pick that song. For October, I am going to choose Vietnam by Rage Against the Machine. So
Okay.
that's it. So what's your two?
In the Wee Small Hours of the Morning by Frank Sinatra for October, and Atmosphere by Joy Division for November.
And mine is Vietnam by Rage Against the Machine for October, and Numbers by Daughter for November.
We won't slack this much in future.
We said we were going to do this, like, 4 weeks ago, and then 3 weeks ago we were like, oh shit, we didn't do it, and then we were like, let's do it this week, and then we forgot, and then 2 weeks ago we were like, oh shit, we forgot, we need to do it
We
again.
were going to do it before I went on holiday, and then I went on holiday. And we didn't do it.
Yep, and now you're back from holiday and have been back for a while.
Yes, I have.
So, not that any of you really actually tune into Music Lab for that. It's just something that we kind of like doing, and we like having the playlist at the end of the year or whatever. Do you know what we probably should do? It's already a long video, so fuck it, we can have an extra 2 minutes. In theory, I don't know whether this would work or not, but I don't think YouTube do their copyright checks on live streams.
Oh, really?
So in theory, what we could do, provided we deleted the video straight after, we could live stream us listening to the playlist with whoever wants to tune into that. We could in theory do that and actually talk about the songs that we like throughout the year and kind
It'd
of
be very
relive
long.
the year.
That'd probably take 2 hours to do.
But that was the standard length of the fucking...
Yeah, we've got other
Things
stuff
we
to
do.
fit in it as well.
No, as in do it as a separate live stream because
yeah.
we'd have to delete it afterwards.
Yeah.
So I want to do the good stuff, and we'll probably call it the Big Lounge About again because I like the Big Lounge About as a name because that's kind of what we do when we make those longer videos. We're lounging about, so it's probably going to be called the Big Lounge About Live. In which case, we will the content for the Big Lounge About Live, which we'll give dates for as soon as we've decided when it's going to happen. I've got a few bands that have sent through social media to review, so we can maybe do a bit of social media reviews because I mentioned that in the social media thing last week. And we've got bands who send MP3s through for us to review, to do song reviews live. If you want to do that, send it to askmusiclab@gmail.com if you want your songs reviewed. And then we will probably finish off with the good stuff, which is our yearly roundup of shit that we liked from all media. That's what's going to be happening on that live stream. This has been us listening to all of my band's old shit. See you on Wednesday when we're going to do some more branding shit.
God, don't sound that enthusiastic about it. Jesus.
See you on Wednesday when we're going to be talking about branding.